Today on CTV News at 5, a boost to the teams trying to help people in Waterloo Region find a family doctor. We'll take a closer look at an announcement made today and how many people it's aiming to help. Plus, the aftermath of an acquittal in a lengthy sexual assault trial. We'll look at the ongoing push for more accountability and transparency with how sexual assault cases are handled in the justice system. And all in for the playoffs. Critical games tonight for both the Kitchener Rangers and the KW Titans. CTV News at 5 starts right now. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We begin with the search for a family doctor. Tens of thousands of people here in Waterloo Region still don't have one. Expansions at some local health teams are aiming to address that. Today, the province announced $6 million in new funding for some local healthcare teams meant to connect patients with primary care. The goal is to help more than 17,000 Waterloo Region residents find family doctors. It's part of a broader plan by the government to connect everyone with primary care by 2029.
It's great that we have a community that has all of those different supports for people to attach to, and the way that we are basically implementing this funding is collaboratively, so that all of those partners are part of that funding expansion and can meet those patients where they're at.
At 6, CTV's Alexandra Hollick hears from the Ontario College of Family Physicians on what they think the province should do to stay on the right track. Meanwhile, hundreds of people gathered in Waterloo over the weekend to share their concerns about the healthcare system. They rallied with messages about funding, staffing, and the role of private clinics within healthcare in this province. CTV's Hannah Schmidt was there.
Are we going to fight this government's cuts to hospitals?
Yes!
Are we going to fight to keep healthcare public?
Yes!
Signs, chants, and a clear message in Waterloo: protect public health care.
By privatizing our healthcare hospital services to these for-profit clinics, all we're doing is actually taking more of the resources out of our hospitals.
Hundreds gathered at Waterloo Town Square Saturday, part of a province-wide day of action, calling for stronger support for public hospitals.
The people here seem to demand that he stop privatizing our public health care.
At the center of their concerns is the Ford government's move to expand the role of private clinics in Ontario's healthcare system, a move the province claims will help reduce backlogs and improve wait times. But critics say investments should focus on strengthening the public system instead.
We've got less staff providing care because of the underfunding of our public hospitals. They're working with fewer people all the time, trying to do more work because of the population growth.
It matters, and I am so grateful that there are crowds like this meeting all across the province today.
Among those in the crowd, local MPPs and party leaders weighing in on the issue.
We want better supports for our community. We want everybody, no matter rich or poor, to have access to health care.
We've been facing a doctor shortage for years now, and it's hard to attract doctors into a broken system. They've really set it up to fail, opening up the door for privatization.
Ontario NDP leader Marit Stiles framed the issue as one of her party's priorities.
What people here and all across the province care about is they're worried about how much everything costs, like rent and groceries. They can't find a family doctor, that their hospital emergency waits are outrageous, that people are getting treated in hallways.
For some, the issue is deeply personal.
I've recently ruptured my ACL, so that's actually a really stressful time for me. I'm kind of stuck. Like, I have bad health care at home, bad health care at school. What am I supposed to do?
Having family members who've needed to get crucial help and having them need to wait seriously long wait times and just delays after delays is really concerning to me.
Organizers say this is just the beginning, with more demonstrations planned across the province in the coming weeks. Hannah Schmidt, CTV News, Waterloo.
Ashley's here as we turn to our first check on the forecast. Ash, wow, what a good start to the week. And the weekend wrapped up on a beautiful note, too.
It was a stunning Sunday.
Yeah, it really was.
It was a perfect day to be outside, just enjoying. I had a lot of friends and family tell me they started their gardening.
Oh, nice.
But I will say, by the end of the week, you're going to want to cover up those plants.
Oh, no. We're still in that roller coaster.
Things are going to take a turn. So get out and enjoy it because it's a little bit messy. Let's turn to our radar because that will help explain what I'm talking about. You can see that big band of precipitation just south of Canada. Well, that is on its way to us. We are going to see lots of rainy activity through the overnight hours tonight, and with it, colder temperatures. So right now, sitting at 19 degrees, an east by southeast wind at 22 kilometers an hour around southwestern Ontario. Very warm conditions, above seasonal for this time of year. So get out and enjoy it, Leanne, because it is going to be short-lived, unfortunately. Let's take a look at Queen Street from Kitchener this afternoon. And look at that, perfect day to get out on that scooter and take a little stroll. It is a very nice evening out there at the moment.
Yeah, gorgeous day out there, too, to get out and just soak up all that sun. All right, Ash, thanks. We're going to take a quick break. We'll tell you what you need to know as we do. Rare is hosting Yoga in the Garden. It's happening May 6th from 9:30 to 10:30 in the morning. It's free to join with a donation to the Cambridge Food Bank, but you need to register ahead of time.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We go to a dramatic scene unfolding.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. ctvkitchener.ca, your home for news.
A Waterloo MPP is renewing a push for more accountability and transparency when it comes to sexual assault cases in Ontario's justice system. Catherine Fife's ongoing effort comes as people process Friday's acquittal in a lengthy sexual assault trial in Kitchener. After a trial that lasted 4.5 years, Jeffrey Slocum was acquitted on 48 counts of sexual assault. Next week, Waterloo MPP Catherine Fife plans to reintroduce Lydia's Law that seeks to hold the Attorney General accountable for the prosecution of sexual assault.
Well, the law is actually named after a young woman, Lydia, from our riding here. She approached me 5 years ago after she had experienced sexual assault, disclosed it, and then went through a re-traumatizing process for 2 years as she waited for justice. She and her mother came to me and they said, "We don't want any other family to have to go through this."
Fife will reintroduce Lydia's Law on Monday at Queen's Park. Coming up at 6, CTV's Jeff Pickle will have more on this, and we'll hear directly from a former patient who testified against Slocum. In New Brunswick, training is now taking place to expand the number of nurses who can help people who've reported a sexual assault. It comes almost 4 years after a woman was turned away from a hospital because there weren't enough trained nurses for situations like hers. CTV's Laura Brown has more.
It was a summer evening almost 4 years ago. A 26-year-old woman went to this emergency room seeking a sexual assault forensic examination, also known as a rape kit. But there wasn't a trained nurse available to administer the kit. She was told not to shower and return the next day. A police officer stepped in and a nurse was called in that evening. The victim shared her story at the time, hoping it would spark some change. And it did. Horizon Health Network's CEO promised more nurse examiners would be trained, and while it's taken time, the health authority confirms it now has the funding. Today, there are about 10 full-time dedicated sexual assault nurse examiners at Horizon Health hospitals. The funding will add almost 12 full-time positions, which will more than double the current coverage.
The idea that someone that I love, a sister, a daughter, a niece, a brother, a friend, that anyone would have the experience of being turned away when they have the bravery to show up. I really hope that this additional funding allows that to not be the case in the future.
The victim at the center wanted to remain anonymous, saying she's worked hard to move into the next season of her life. The program's director calls the additional positions a major expansion of the program's permanent staffing base, which will result in more consistent, improved access to these services across Horizon.
I know that the survivors that we work with are so appreciative of all the nurses.
Advocates applaud the program's expansion, saying more access means more doors open for victims.
Ensuring always that we're keeping survivors at the center. And so as survivors are reaching out and telling us what they need, being adaptable and flexible to that, and of course always believing them.
Laura Brown, CTV News, Fredericton.
Turning now to our schools and the Ford government's changes to the education system. A public hearing happening today on the plan to limit school board sizes and put new people in charge of them. Bill 101 has been criticized by the opposition, who say it does little to help students. Ontario NDP education critic Chandra Pasma spoke along grassroots parents groups ahead of today's hearing.
The government has limited committee hearings to a single day, which means that the vast majority of public voices and perspectives on this bill will not be heard by the committee. Students, parents, teachers and education workers, principals, trustees, disability and equity advocates, and community members have all expressed concerns about Bill 101 and its centralization of power in the hands of a minister who is also giving himself sweeping immunity, about new layers of bureaucracy, and about the bill's attack on transparency, accountability, and community voices.
It's a cruel irony that the, quote, putting student achievement first act, I mean, what a title for a bill. How many times have we heard Paul Calandra say putting student achievement first? The more he says it, the more false it is.
Ontario Education Minister Paul Calandra has said the intention of the bill is to, quote, dramatically reduce the role of trustees and refocus their jobs around representing parents and students. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. As we do, we'll check our Need to Know calendar. Trivia night at EVO Kitchen is coming up on Wednesday. Grab your friends and register a team ahead of time. The fun kicks off at 6:30 when seating begins. Stay with us.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400. From your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Well, happy Monday, everyone.
Happy Monday.
And it is a good Monday out there, too.
Look, we're starting the week off on the right note because we might not be starting it off, or ending it rather, on a good note.
Yeah, and you know what? I was thinking the last week of April, we're here.
I cannot believe we are this far along in the year already. So get out and enjoy it while you can, because unfortunately it's going to feel a little bit closer to March come the end of the week than May.
Goodness.
Yeah, we're not in for a very warm week in comparison to what we felt yesterday and today, and even tomorrow is going to be okay for temperature. But by the end of the week, things are going to be a little cooler.
Mother Nature's just teasing us right now.
It's just teasing us. Let's take a look from Charles Street this afternoon in downtown Kitchener. Not a cloud in the sky, Leanne. It is a perfect evening to get out for a walk. Now, there is a little bit of a breeze out there, so even though we are sitting in the high teens for temperature, I would strongly recommend a jacket, especially if you know wherever you're headed, it is in a shady area, because it really does feel a lot cooler in that shade compared to when you're standing in that beautiful sun. But it's definitely worth getting out there and enjoying it, because rain is on the way. Let's get right into it. Let's take a look at our future cast. This really helps paint a picture of what we can expect for the next 24 hours or so. There is a little bit of precipitation and cloud cover moving slowly up. Now we're going to see that come through the overnight hours. Around 3 a.m. we'll start to see some rain around Waterloo Region. It can get heavy at times. We might see a thunderstorm through the overnight hours and potentially even tomorrow morning. But by tomorrow night, our commute home, we should be in the clear essentially for the rain. We might still have a bit of cloud cover. It might not be the best perfect day out there, but at least the rain is expected to stop by around this time tomorrow night. So great news there. As we take a look at what's happening across the country right now, very nice day on the west coast, 13 degrees in Prince George and a bit of sun. On the other side of the Rockies, the sun is shining, but temperatures are definitely cooler, -1 in Edmonton and 4 in Calgary. As we go through the prairie provinces, Saskatoon is sitting at 2, same with Regina, Thompson 1 and 9 in Winnipeg. Winnipeg had a warm end to the week last week, high to mid-20s, back to normal for now for 9 degrees, but I'm sure you all enjoyed it while it lasted. In our nation's capital, very nice, 22 degrees for Montreal and Ottawa, sitting with a bit of cloud cover in Ottawa. The sun, though, is shining in Montreal. On the East Coast, -1 in St. John, so a little cooler there, but very nice in Fredericton, 18 degrees, so not too bad in some of those East Coast provinces. 18 right now in Waterloo Region, still sitting at 21 in London, so still quite warm there, 20 in Sarnia, 18 in Windsor, so not a bad day. Overnight, we're expecting our lows to get down to 9 degrees, again with the risk of a thunderstorm, so if you have to head out through the overnight hours, if weather starts to get a little bit bad, make sure you take shelter. Tomorrow, 18 degrees is the expected daytime high. We are projecting around 10 to 15 millimeters of that rain to fall through the tomorrow daytime hours. So we will get some through the overnight hours, but tomorrow as well. As we take a look at the almanac, normal for this time of year is 15. So by comparison, 18 a little bit nicer, 4 for an overnight low, 9 a little bit nicer. Get used to it, because take a look at our 5-day forecast. By the end of the week, things get cooler. 9 degrees is the expected high for Wednesday and Thursday, but it's overnight where things take a dip. -1 on Thursday, -2 on Friday. So Leanne, you're going to need an umbrella and a jacket as we round out the week.
Yeah, might not be putting the full winter gear away just yet. Ash, thanks so much. And moviegoers are familiar with the rating system to help them decide what to watch. For example, PG for parental guidance and R for restricted. However, Saskatchewan has decided to ditch those ratings in favor of a whole new way of informing movie watchers. CTV's Alison Bamford explains.
A small keepsake of a night Craig Silliphant won't soon forget.
I think it created something really special and put a lot of magic into the world that night.
Earlier this month, he screened his first film as a director at Saskatoon's Broadway Theatre, a documentary exploring a cultural moment in the city's history.
It was impossible to avoid this commercial.
But before the premiere, the film needed an age-based movie rating, mandatory under Saskatchewan government legislation, at a cost of $440.
My film specifically was a zero-budget film. $440 was actually the biggest thing that I had to pay for on the film.
A price that, in the past, prevented some independent films from playing in theaters.
It'll be that much easier to get Saskatchewan independent filmmakers' works up on our screen.
This month, the province changed its rating requirements. Now it's up to the theaters to create their own advisories. Instead of PG-13 or 14A, moviegoers will see detailed descriptions warning viewers of explicit content.
I think it's important to us that we inform our community of everything we're putting on our screen.
Experts say it could lead to inconsistent advisories from theater to theater, but it updates an antiquated system.
It modernizes the idea of rating a film in an age of streaming, where streaming don't have these similar kinds of ratings.
The change comes as Saskatchewan enters what could be its busiest production season in years.
I think we're going to see some movies made here that hopefully will take advantage of this.
Opening the door for local storytellers to share their voice. Alison Bamford, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Take you to break and tell you what you need to know. If you're looking for a laugh, head over to TWH Social Wednesday night for Rusty Nail Comedy Pro-Am Night. Doors open at 7:30. You can grab tickets beforehand online. In tonight's Digital Dive, the driver of a farm tractor has been charged in a fatal crash in Mapleton Township. The collision took place in October of last year when a pickup truck and a farm tractor collided. 2 people in the truck were killed. Now a 43-year-old is facing charges in connection to the incident. You can read more about that on our website. Scan the QR code, download the CTV News app, or go to ctvnewskitchener.ca. Here's a look at the final 5 stories we're keeping an eye on this Monday afternoon. The township of North Dumfries will be discussing a proposal from police tonight to install closed-circuit television cameras in a certain part of the community. Waterloo Regional Police say the footage would be used for investigations and evidence, along with searching for license plates of criminal interest. It won't be used for speed enforcement or live monitored and could not be accessed by all police members. Police say the 401 running directly through North Dumfries makes it a unique target for organized crime, and they think the best location for cameras is around Northumberland Street and Alps Road.
I think we need that type of policing here. They can't afford to keep officers here when there's guns and battles and everything else and jury break-ins and everything else. But this is we call it in, they go right to the thing, they track the vehicle, it's perfect.
Coming up at 6, Colton Weens will have more on the proposal and what other communities in and around Waterloo Region are doing with it. The Carney government is set to release its spring economic update tomorrow. This will give Canadians their first glimpse at the country's finances since the November budget. It comes amid the impact of the ongoing trade war with the United States. The Prime Minister has signaled the update will include some restructuring of previously announced measures. The Bank of Canada will release its next interest rate decision Wednesday. A 14-year-old boy wanted in connection with a deadly shooting at Hamilton's Jackson Square Mall on Friday has surrendered to police. The teen is charged with second-degree murder in the death of 16-year-old Nabil Askaf. Investigators say Askaf was involved in an altercation before being shot. Hamilton police say the teenage suspect surrendered yesterday and they are not looking for anyone else. GO Transit is introducing significant service changes across its network. The updates include more weekday express trains between Kitchener and Union Station, as well as additional bus trips on several routes during rush hour. GO Transit also says some trains on all lines will depart up to 2 minutes earlier or later, depending on the station passengers are traveling from. Customers are encouraged to check schedules in advance on the GO Transit website before heading out. And finally for us, playoffs continue tonight. The Kitchener Rangers back in Windsor, taking on the Spitfires in Game 3 of their best-of-7 series. The Rangers won yesterday at the odd, giving them a 2-game lead. Puck drop is 7 p.m. Game 3 again in Windsor tonight. Meantime, the KW Titans have a chance to win it all tonight in Sudbury. They lead their best-of-5 series in the Basketball Super League Championship 2-1 over the Sudbury 5. If they win tonight, it would be the first time the Super League trophy would be won for the team. Tip-off for that one, 7 p.m. So lots of great local sports in action. Of course, both teams out on the road, but we'll be keeping an eye on those games. Hope you have a great night. Enjoy all the sunshine. We're back at 6. Take care.